Welcome back to the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am, here with the Danettes. And joining us is one of the stars for NCIS Los Angeles. He's Chris O'Donnell. Good to see you, Chris. How's life?
See you. Life's good.
You know, this kind of weather, you're from Chicago, so this isn't bad for you, right?
You know what? This is your typical Monterey, California weather here. We've been so lucky the last couple of years. We've been out here in short sleeve shirts, so this is a lot more typical, and it's good.
What's the worst weather you ever played golf in?
Oh, God. I played one time in Turnberry in Scotland, and I remember getting halfway out and just, you literally couldn't even advance a ball. And we had to walk back in, and I think it took us an hour to get back to the clubhouse. The weather was so bad. But it's been bad out here. I've had the tournament canceled twice on me.
What's it about golf that fascinates you?
Well, I mean, it's just so hard. So you're constantly trying to get better. But it's what I grew up with. We grew up on a little course called West Shore up in Douglas, Michigan. It was a little par 66 course, and it's just my childhood. And my older brother was a really good player, is still a really good player. And, you know, as I got older and got out of school and started working on films, you'd find yourself all over the world in random places. But if you got on a golf course, there was a sense of, I feel like I'm home again, and this feels very comfortable to me.
When you're an actor, you get takes. When you're a golfer, you don't get takes.
Well, not in a tournament. You get a few takes.
A mulligan.
Yeah, they're not selling mulligans out here, unfortunately. But that's the thing, and it's like my little boys play a lot of tournament golf, and it's such a good thing because tournament golf is so different. And you have so many people that play golf at home and think, well, geez, I shot par, I could play with these guys. They have no idea. You know, and this isn't even a major, but for us, you know, if suddenly your partner makes a bogey and you're on the 18th hole at Pebble and you're getting a shot, and all of a sudden your putt means something. It's a 4-foot putt. You know, your heart's racing. You know, people are watching it, and it's not easy.
And it's televised too.
And it's televised, and they announce your name in the first tee. I mean, you get some jitters going.
We actually did some homework on you. We don't do homework on all of our guests, but we did homework
beyond
on you.
the actual just Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
And we did some homework.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you know, my whole life is boiled down to about 3 stories that are on Wikipedia.
Okay.
And that's about it. It's like nothing else has ever happened.
Give me the 3 stories, though. Just tell me the top.
I did a commercial with Michael Jordan for McDonald's. Barbara Streisand called me at school or cast me in a movie. At one point, it said I went to law school, which I wanted them to keep up. But unfortunately, they took that down. And what's the other story? I can't remember the other story.
Okay, but Jordan, you were in a McDonald's commercial with him.
I was.
You served Jordan.
I was in the McDonald's polyester outfit, and I served him his breakfast, yeah.
What do you remember about that?
It was a crazy day because it rained 10 inches that day. And so Jordan was 6 hours late for the shoot. So I was hanging out in a McDonald's, you know, for 6 hours waiting for Michael to arrive, and he came, and it was awesome, and yeah.
Have you met him since then to tell him?
I did. When all the Batman films were coming out, Leno came to Chicago. He was doing a show in Chicago, and suddenly people knew who I was because I'd been in a couple Batman films. So they thought it was funny. I brought him his food to the set. So
now here's another one. Help us. Were you up for the movie Rudy?
No, I knew the guys. It was Kerry Brokaw, I think, was producing it. I knew the guys, but I was laughing. Rudy was on the other night, and I was watching it. It's a good movie. I know Sean Astin. But what's so funny is they filmed when they're playing Georgia Tech. It was the day Notre Dame was playing Boston College. So I was at the game. And if you scan the crowd, everyone's in BC sweatshirts and hats and holding up signs. So it was...
So you're never up... Guys, you did research on this, Paulie.
Steve and I did research on this. We didn't say he was up for Rudy. We said he should have been
Rudy.
Rudy.
Should have been up for that. Yeah. You could have pulled that off.
Yeah, definitely. No, I remember when that came around.
But do you always, I don't know, it has to drive you crazy when somebody says, what are the movies you passed on?
Right.
That's always a sensitive subject.
Well, because it's hard to say that a movie would have been a success. I mean, you know, I passed on Men in Black, you know, and it wouldn't have been the same movie. Will Smith should probably buy me some hours on NetJets for, you know, they made him a pretty good star. But the movie would not have been the same with myself and Tommy Lee Jones. And, you know, I didn't even know what they were making at the time. There wasn't a finished script. You know, I just done a Batman film. I couldn't do another cartoon movie, so to speak, at the time. At least that was my thinking. And it became this enormous movie. But, you know, to beat yourself up over decisions like that is crazy.
He's Chris O'Donnell, the star of NCIS Los Angeles with CoolJ. Why does it work with CoolJ?
You know, it's a good combo, and it's interesting. I think it was Nina Tassler was running CBS television at the time. It was her idea to put us together. We're very different people. We had very different upbringings. but at the core, we share a lot of the same values. We've both have been around the block many times and realized what a great opportunity it was. And so we were there to work hard and make it, go in and say, we're going to work as hard as we can to make this a success. And it just turned out that our chemistry was really good together. We sit there and I drive him crazy all day long. He says I'm the master of, as he calls it, plausible BS, because I just make stuff up and he can't tell if I'm serious or if I'm screwing with him.
Can you rap?
No.
Have you ever tried to rap for him?
No.
And you're not going to try to rap now?
No. I'm pretty sure I know most of the words to the Sugar Hill Gang, Rapper's Delight, but I'm going to keep that to myself.
When people see you, what do they say? What's the one thing that is there an overriding?
I mean, it was always Al Pacino. What was it like to work with Al Pacino? And then the Batman thing was a big deal. And the Robin comments and the whole thing. But this show we've been on for 8 years now, and it's been a great success. And our fans are fantastic. And people will stop me now and say, "Hey, I love your show. I just wanted to tell you." I'm like, "Oh, I appreciate it." They go, "No. I really like. They want you to know they're genuine, and that's really nice because they are. I mean, we have we're 8 years. We've had the best numbers we've had this year. I mean, it's going strong, and we're real fortunate."
Give me a story I don't know about Scent of a Woman with Pacino.
God, I just saw Al. He got the Kennedy Center Award this year, and they called me up. They're like, "So we have a crazy idea. We want you to dance the tango in honor of it with Gabrielle Anwar." I said, "Well, I wasn't the one dancing on the show, but we ended up doing it. It was fun." I don't know. I was so young and green, and I knew what an opportunity it was, but. Al was amazing. Philip Seymour Hoffman, who unfortunately has passed away, that was one of his first films.
Yeah.
And I go back and I can now see the film, and I watched it right before I went back to before the Kennedy Center Honors, and I can finally appreciate the film because for so many years you can't stop watching it and thinking, "Oh God, they used that take," or you can't get caught up in it.
Wait, you're beating yourself up over it?
Well, you always
years?
do.
25,
No, now
30?
I don't. Now I'm good. But I'm saying
you-
I hadn't seen the movie. I mean, my kids. And then I was talking to my kids, and we were in New York City for Thanksgiving. I was pointing out some things. I said, "Remember that from the movie?" They go, "What are you talking about?" They've never seen it. They've never seen like half the films I'm in. So we're gonna have to have a little film festival at home and introduce my children to some of the films.
But you said you were green in that movie.
Yeah,
but
I've done a few films before, but I still didn't.
But
know what was
doesn't
going
it play to your strength to be naive?
Absolutely. And part of the thing was when I did the movie, Marty Brest, the director, he knew I was nervous around Al, and he said, "Let's keep your distance. This is good," and he's uncomfortable, and it worked for the characters. And honestly, I'm sure when it came down to the final guys for that role, there were actors that were much more talented than I was, but I think part of who I was in real life, combined with the way I interpreted the role, was what won me the part.
Hey, I want to thank you. Well, thank your brother.
You got your Johnny O on. I like it.
I wear the clothing line here.
I like it.
And then I find out somebody says, "Oh, it's Johnny O's." His brother Chris. I go, "What?" Yeah, he's got Chris O'Donnell's Johnny O's brother. So got a clothing line there.
He does. It was funny you say that. We had Jim Nance did a very funny thing. I did for John's 40th birthday. I had a surprise party for him, and Nance did this funny video where he starts out and it's kind of blurry and he says, "So Tommy, happy 50th. You're a great friend. We'll see you soon." "All right, Lance, that's it. I got to go." Hold on. We got one more. He's like, "Come on, Lance. This is ridiculous. I've done enough of these." He's like, No, it's for John O'Donnell. He goes, "Who the hell's John O'Donnell?" He goes, Chris O'Donnell, Batman." He goes, "Yeah, I know Chris is. I don't know who the hell John is." He goes, "Screw it. Let's just roll. And so all this is airing, and the people in the audience are like, "Oh, my God. This is so embarrassing." He goes, "John O'Donnell, happy 40th. You're a great friend. I love you, buddy. Wish I was there." And then all of a sudden he comes back. He's like, "Johnny O," because he actually does know John. And it was really sweet.
Well, maybe you could help my guys with some Johnny O's to help them a
We'll
little
get
bit.
you guys some gear. We'll get you outfitted.
Could I play a dead body in NCIS?
You want to come in and play Dead Body?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Do you want to be shot, or you just want to be a dead body?
It
Like
doesn't matter.
cold opening, dead body on the ground, or do you want to actually be shot?
I don't know if I'm capable of acting like I've been shot, though, Chris. I mean,
You know what? When those things go off, you feel like you've been shot.
All
When the
right.
special effects come in.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't miss very often on the show, I got to tell you. I went hunting over Thanksgiving. We went to New York, and I went pheasant hunting, and I couldn't shoot anything. I'm like, God, in the show, I never miss. I have this little gun, and I never miss anybody. And I'm out there, and this bird's 10 feet in front of me, and I've got this bullet that sprays like that, and I still can't hit the damn thing. So
He's Chris O'Donnell. You can see him every Sunday night on NCIS Los Angeles at 8 Eastern on CBS. Chris, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you.
And,
Good to be here.
Good luck with Johnny O's.
Thank you very much.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.